1 month ago, I crossed the finish line at the Grandma's Marathon, completely spent. After months of chasing breakthrough, I finally found it. But a marathon takes a lot out of you. Now the question is simple. Are my legs ready to begin the journey towards CIM? Tune in to find out. Good morning. It is Monday, week 2 of starting to train for CIM. We are getting to work early today. It is currently 4:45 a.m. and so we are on our way to work. That's just the life of a coffee shop manager. I manage a Starbucks here in Lexington, and today is the release of the Pink Bear Cup. So the Bear Cup craze is still live and well. Our store opens at 5 a.m. and I just want to be there for the Bear Cup release to make sure everything sort of goes smooth. We only have a limited amount, and so with the last one, knowing how much chaos there was, really want to just mitigate some of that by being in the building whenever we open the doors. And so what today will look like, I'll pretty much go in and work from 5 to about 10. Really, it'll be 5 to 9:45. I'll then take a break in the middle of the day, go get my run in. I have 10 miles done. Back to work we go. Then I will come back to work for a few more hours before coming home. Chris Striegel from the Life and Stride podcast had sent me a message about coming on the pod today, so we'll see if we're going to be able to work that out.
All right, Life and Stride pod. We're back with Corbin. Corbin, I wanted to start off this pod by hyping up your video you just posted. Tell the people about your new YouTube.
Get a double in, and then we'll probably start packing for camp tonight. We leave Wednesday morning, and so we'll probably get that ready. But welcome back, or welcome to week 2 in general. I hope you enjoy.
Good morning. It is Tuesday, July 14th, and it is workout day. First workout back into the training block. Should be something light, but heart rate's been a little bit higher. Just getting back into running, so we will just see how it goes. On the docket today, we have 6 by 1K with 1 minute rest. We'll do anywhere from 6 to 8. Just gonna see how that feels. Goal's gonna be just 5:25 to 5:15. But if heart rate's low, we'll go a little bit faster. If heart rate's high, we'll go a little bit slower. Sort of just play it from feel. But so excited. We are doing our normal breakfast. I'm using my electrolyte coffee mix to sort of make my coffee, just to make sure my stomach's not going to be upset, but get some caffeine in. Have a normal peanut butter banana toast, and then we'll do some quiet time. Currently going through acts with our run club group, and so just want to sort of make sure I'm caught up and ready for that tomorrow. So Adrian's going to be on the bike today for the workout, so enjoy.
Warm up done. Did 3 miles. Had a little mishap on the bike, but I know all 35 subscribers of you are extremely excited to see the first workout. This lady saved the day. Our air compressor died, so now we have the bike aired up. Got to throw use out of this. with 6, but figured I could push to 8 if the heart rate stayed where I wanted. Usually run about 161 beat per minute when I run the marathon. Right now we're at 161. The time of the last stretch, as long as I didn't go over 162, I would do another one. Same for this one. I put 163 would call it. Right now we're at 161 on the corner to go. So see where it's at, make sure we're in the right zone. Try not to overdo it because I tend to do those things. There we go. That's 160. Overall, for the first workout, I would say it's a big win. Actually felt a lot better than I had on a lot of my easy runs. So I was extremely excited about that. Did not know how I was going to feel going into it, but we are quickly heading into work. Finished the workout at 7:40, or cooling down at 7:40. Got to be at Starbucks at 8 o'clock. So change of clothes, drying off a little bathroom, shower and clean up, and then we will get to work. For the rest of the day, I'm at Starbucks just for only 2 hours, and then I'll have a meeting the second half of the day that will take up a majority of the day, but that should be fun. Getting out of the coffee shop a little bit, like I said. And then tomorrow we'll have group. It is Wednesday. So we are headed to camp today. So it's going to be exciting. A good week of just running with people. I do a lot of my stuff solo. But that's my favorite part about Wednesdays in general. On Wednesdays here in Lexington, I just lead a small run club where we will get together, run, do some fellowship, and have some coffee afterwards. And that's always been fun. So that's what we're getting at today. Going to do the group run. Have to dip from coffee a little early today to go pick up Tim Bailey. We'll grab Tim, who is a sports psych for Bluegrass Running Camp, and then we'll head to Berea. Just finished up our group run. This is Mr. Boston. Might have to bring you some weekly updates in the life of Boston, but he comes and hangs out with our group. He is my youngest son, my youngest pup son. We'll introduce you to Biscuit at a later time, but he's a good boy. He's about 4 months old. We picked him up on the day of the Boston Marathon, and so it's where he got his name. If you're not going to come to the channel for me, come for Boston. We just finished up our group, and I'm on my way to pick up Dr. Tim Bailey, and we are getting to camp. Just a great group discussion today. We were in Acts and really were able to reflect on idolatry and just how the things of this world can't really satisfy us. I think that's one thing that for a long time I chased and pursued, thinking that if I ran a certain time or if I hit the OTQ, then that would be all that I need in this world. But that's just simply not the truth. And that's one thing that's been so freeing. It's been freeing to really be able to chase a goal, go all in on it, but do it in a way that's going to be honoring and pursuing to the Lord, and knowing that my self-satisfaction is not going to be found in that, knowing that my joy is going to rest in the Lord and not in my own personal pursuits. And I think that's honestly just going to allow me to just run a lot better, being able to run with that freedom, take a lot of pressure off of a specific goal, but that doesn't mean I'm going to ease off the brakes. It doesn't mean I'm going to not pursue it with everything that I have. But just a great lesson, a great conversation with the guys this morning. And so I hope that's something that you can take with you, is that nothing in this world can truly satisfy, but the joy of the Lord and can just fill your soul and fill your heart every morning. Camp day 1 just finished up, or am finishing up. We have the Camp Olympics that we're just gonna go down and spectate. We'll see if we end up hopping in any games tonight, but probably not. But we did a run earlier today, first running camp. I got about a little over 6 miles in, so on the day it's going to be about 13 and a half or so miles, which has been good. Not really as much as I was, or a little bit more than I was planning on for the day, but we're out here having fun, getting to run and connect with some kids, run and connect with some former recruits, and so yeah, it'll be good. Tomorrow we'll have a early morning run. That's gonna be the hard part about this week, is late night, early morning. But we'll get to run in and then hang out for most of the day. Second run in the afternoon for Kids Talent Show. So we just finished today's second run. Recap of the first one this morning. I did 10 miles, was planning on doing 8 miles in strides, but did 8 miles, ran a mile back, picked up a camper, did some strides, and then was able to sort of just rest and relax through most of the day. Just finished up a little over a 4-mile run as we were just wrapping up the mileage for the day. Got 14 for the day before we do a workout tomorrow. On deck tomorrow is mile repeats or something of that sort. We're looking at 5x5 mile, 5x5 minute, really just whatever is going to make the most logistical sense on the trail that we have access to. But some solid running out here. It's been fun. The biggest thing I just took away from today was did a session with Tim Bailey. He was leading it for the high schoolers here. But Tim, like I've told y'all, is a sports psychologist. And he works with a lot of athletes. And so dove into the activity with some of the counselors and with some of the campers, and was really trying to come up with some cues to just help with focus in the middle of a race. Don't think I necessarily struggle with general just staying focused and staying locked in even over the course of a marathon, but I think instead of like my tuning out everything, one thing that just happens is I'm not focusing on the right things. I'm focusing on trying to just stay in the race. Sometimes I'm too focused on pace, too focused on an outcome, and not focused on the things that I can control. And so with that came up with just some cues that I can just sort of tell my friends and family when they come to watch me, just to sort of cue me on during the race. Just a reminder, and those 2 cues for the first one is really just going to be stay light. I think that's going to be something that I want to try to remember as I go throughout most of the training block. Staying light to me means, one, it could just be staying tall, being light on your feet, engaging your core, and really being able to pop off the ground. I think that'll help with form engagement as I go throughout the run, but also staying light, I think mentally and emotionally can really just help with just keeping it fun, not overthinking. I think that's the biggest thing that happens to me whenever I'm racing or whenever I'm training is I see paces, and the paces scare me a little bit, and so I tense up, tighten up, and that makes those paces a lot harder to hit. And so I think staying light is going to be a good one. And then another one that I've used for a long time that also just sort of goes in the same tone is just fast and relaxed. Anytime someone tells me to run a really hard rep, a lot of times I tense up. And so that rep becomes a lot harder than what it actually is. But if I'm able to run relaxed while also still running fast, I think that's going to be a big part of being able to sort of accomplish my goals. And so as we go throughout CIM and throughout the build, those are going to be 2 things I'm going to be reminding myself. If you have any cues, I'd love to see what other people sort of have in that sense. Drop them in the comments. What cues help you out as you're running, as you're training, to really help you stay focused, to really help you stay engaged, and focus on the right things during the race. It is Friday, so it is workout day at camp. Have to bring the pretend energy today, the pretendergy, after sleep is just hard to come by. A little bit later in my nights, early mornings, sleeping on a dorm bed, so not the greatest, but today we got 5 by mile. I'm currently sitting in the car charging my watch because I had ordered a new watch charger, and it has a USB-C cable and not a USB cable and not a USB-C cable. So we're just letting the watch charge while the kids wake up. I'm caboosing probably the top group today. I assume I'll just sit off the back of that group and make sure I pick up any straggling kid. But we'll be able to get in a good workout myself, and so excited for that. Won't get any workout footage, but may have some pictures or anything that's coming from the photographer and videographer from camp. But we'll see. Not too worried about it. Either way, you all will get a recap afterwards. But let's have a day. Wow, what a week. And on the way home from camp, and just got to also watch Josh Kerr break the mile world record. So what a phenomenal race. Would have loved to see Yared a little bit more on his tail coming out at the end, but I doubted him, and he got it done.
And do you think really cool the record's going down this weekend?
I think again, it's one of those, wouldn't shock me if it did, but if I had to put money on it, I would say no.
The strength of Britain behind him. What's the clock? It's going to be mighty fast, and surely he's going to break the world record. He does. He obliterates the world record.
A just absolutely phenomenal run and looked really good closing. But hadn't really recapped the workout yesterday or the long run today. Today we finished up 15 miles and pretty much got done and had to get on the road as we are heading home to pick up my wife, shower, and I have a family reunion tonight, so that'll be exciting to sort of visit with some family that I don't get to see a whole lot. My brother's coming in from Nashville, get to see my grandparents who I don't really get to see too often now that we moved to Lexington. Yesterday's workout went well. Honestly, felt a lot better than I did during the miles. It did get pretty hot. The workout that I was planning on doing was just 5 by mile at 5:20 down to 5 flat. And with that, we ended up just going with the top group at camp and just ran caboose, picked up any stragglers of kids, and then just added on some reps at the end of their workout. So what that looked like, we opened up the workout in like 5:25, tried to really just ease into it, and then ended up going 5:16, 5:15 or so, and then as we were closing, I sort of just did the last 2 reps by myself. The first rep, or the 4th rep, I guess in total, I started about 10-ish seconds behind the group, and then just tried to catch them as we went through the mile rep. Ended up running 5:04, and then the last mile is the only one who ended up going out for a 5th mile, as it was properly hot, about 80 degrees by the time we were wrapping up, and ran 5:03. And since we were doing out and back, obviously running a 5th sent me the opposite direction, farther away from the start. So decided to commit to 800 meters for a 6th one, and then I was just going to make a decision at 800 if I wanted to finish it out or not. But ended up going to 800, ran 2:27 for that 800. Did a few 200s just to get it back home, and then that wrapped that up. For the rest of the day, we took a nap, hung out, went and had a pretty nice dinner, avoided the cafeteria, and went out for dinner before we played volleyball. And we won our volleyball championships. Staff on the campers / the counselors, team staff won. So was always fun. And then we woke up this morning and did a 15-mile long run, just kept it pretty easy. And then mostly campers did anywhere between 8 to 12 miles. So went with the group that did 10, and then picked up with some counselors and finished up on my own. But that wraps up the week for the most part. End up with 80 miles this week, a little bit more than what was planned on. We were looking originally around anywhere 65 to 75, but running with the kids, getting a little bit extra mileage in. All good, legs feel good, got some naps in, so I don't feel completely cooked like I thought I would. And yeah, we're going to get home, we're going to get to the family reunion, but overall, really good week, excited to get back to it next week.